Welcome to Business School. I am Lance McFarlane from Sophomore Academics, math teacher, and today in math class what we'll be looking at, order of operations, which falls under arithmetics, ladies and gents. Now, order of operations is something that causes a big debate many times, even on social media. So today we're going to cover the rules for order of operations, and we'll get to work a couple examples, okay? So many of you would have learned BOMDAS. So me saying BOMDAS, it rings a bell to many of you guys. So that is what we'll be looking at a little bit more thoroughly, okay? But ladies and gents, let me write it like this. So I'm gonna write it B-O-M-D-A-S. So BOMDAS. And I write it like this because I want to more clearly show the levels for the order of operation. But I'll explain a little bit further. I'm going to rewrite this. I'm not going to use O, because the truth is, when you learned BOMDAS, the O, it never really stood for anything. The O was really just there for pronunciation's sake, because they didn't want to say das. Okay? So that was replaced further on. It was upgraded to be B for brackets, I for indices, index, you know, when you raise something to a particular power. You have the multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So this is where we are now, ladies and gents. BIMDAS. And again, this is the order of operations. What this means, ladies and gents, is that if you see a series of operations, you know operations are your multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, powers, which is indices, and your brackets. If you read a mathematical expression, if you see a bracket, it is the most powerful operation and it should be done first. Now, if the bracket should be done first, so this is most powerful. If this is the most powerful, which is the least? Ladies and gents, it would be addition and subtraction. All right, so this is the least. All right, so BIMDAS. This is the standard, and you guys would have learned variations of BIMDAS. So some persons now will say, sir, I never learned BIMDAS, I learned PEMDAS. Right? So they'll say they learned PEMDAS. All right? And I would say it's the same thing. All right? It's just that another name for brackets is parentheses. So it's parentheses. Another name for index or indices is what? Exponents. So it's the same thing, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction. Now, ladies and gents, you'll realize multiplication and division, they're on the same level. It means they are equally powerful. Now, when you have two operations that are equally powerful, ladies and gents, really and truly, you know how you read from left to right, right? You read from left to right. So in reading your expression from left to right, if you see a multiplication and a division, going from left to right, whichever you see first, that is the one you do. Now let me show you another variation of this. So somebody will say, oh, I learned P-E-D-M-A-S. So they'll say PEDMAS. Guys, don't get into a debate over it. It's the same thing. The multiplication and division are on the same level. They are of equal power. So it's just a matter of, in reading from left to right, which of the operations you see first. Whichever you see first, you just do that first. Simple, boom, just like that. All right, ladies and gents. So all in all, with this order of operations, you can say brackets, or you can say parentheses, you can say indices or exponents, you can say any of those. Guys, you can put D or M first, whichever. All right, so let D, M, And with the addition and subtraction, however, you can even put this, you can write it like that. So levels, what is important is the levels. And let me just show you a simple example of what I'm talking about, ladies and gents. If you should have 1 plus 3 multiplied by 5, in reading from left to right, the plus came first. But multiplication is more powerful than plus. So you'd have to work here first. You'd get 15, add your 1, and you get 16 as your answer. Ladies and gents, we're going to go for a break now. But on the other side of this break, we'll get into some more examples of how we work based on the order of operations. Thank you. Welcome back to Business School. I'm Lance McFarlane from Sophomore Academics, your math teacher for today, and we are looking at the order of operations. As you guys know, in math, we have a number of operations, and we're looking at the order in which you should do those operations if you should see them in the same line of expression. So, at the very top, we have brackets, aka parentheses, and then below that we have indices, aka exponents. We have multiplication and division on a level below that, and we have addition and subtraction on a level below that. So it's BIMDAS or PEMDAS or BEMDAS or whatever you'd like to call it, all right? So we're going to go into doing some examples right now to show exactly how the order of operations take place. So here we have 3 plus 4 minus 1, ladies and gents. Now, you would have learned that, as you can see here, addition and subtraction are on the same level, all right? When two operators are on the same level, you can just read it from left to right. Whichever comes first, you just operate first, all right? So you would go 3 plus 4 is 7 minus 1. 7 minus 1 gives you what? It actually gives you 6, ladies and gents, all right? And just to show you something, let's call this 1b. If we had, for instance, 3 minus 4 plus 1. So here we have the subtraction taking place before the addition. Now, guys, some of you, you're going to be looking at it to say, oh, we must always do the addition before subtraction. No, that is not the case. Addition and subtraction are simply on the same level. This could have been written as S subtraction addition. It's just that they're on the same level. All right, ladies and gents. So once you're on the same level, call it like first come, first serve. You read from left to right, whichever one comes up first, you just do it. 3 minus 4 is -1 plus 1 would give you 0, ladies and gents. And you can double check these with your calculator. All right, here we have now 3 plus, and then we have brackets, 4 minus 1. Ladies and gents, once you see brackets, always work what is in the brackets first, or the parentheses first. So you just zoom in. You just zoom, and 4 minus 1 is 3. So you work that out. And so this is 3 plus 3, which gives you 6, ladies and gents. We have that? All right, let's move to this. 3 plus 7 multiplied by 2. We have two operations, plus, and we have multiplication. We look at the order of operations. We'll realize that multiplication is more powerful than addition. So you have to deal with that first. It's kind of like the structure of some some aspects of society or the school system, like for example, the school system or business places, there's a structure where some persons just get through first because of their rank. You guys understand that? So you can apply this structure to everyday life. Some people get through first because, oh, that person is of a higher rank. All right, so if 100 of you are there, so if there's 100 additions there and one multiplication come, you have to sort out the multiplication first. It's kind of like that, ladies and gents. So here we have this multiplication to deal with. 7 times 2, that is 14. And then we have 3 plus 14, which is 17, ladies and gents. That's just how it is, all right? But look at this, the same 3 plus 7 times 2. But what is different here? I put the 3 plus 7 in brackets. Now, once that 3 plus 7 goes in brackets is more important than multiplication. So you have to do what's in the bracket. 3 plus 7, that is 10 times 2. It gives you 20, ladies and gents. Here we have 10 divided by 2 times 5. Now, division and multiplication, they're on the same level. If you should look back over here, division and multiplication, they're on the same level. When you're on the same level, you just read from left to right. Whichever comes first, you do it. So this would actually be 10 divided by 2 is 5, multiplied by 5, which is 25, ladies and gents. Just read from left to right. All right, let's go. Here again with the multiplication, 10 divided by, you have to work out the bracket first. So yes, we're reading from left to right. The division comes before the multiplication, but there's a bracket. Bracket takes precedence, ladies and gents. This would be 10. So we have 10 divided by 10 is equal to 1. Now this final expression, ladies and gents, I like it. And I'm gonna give you guys a chance to try this expression. And we're gonna go for a break during that time. And when we return from that break, we'll be working that expression. Guys, I'll see you on the other side of this break. Thank you. All right, ladies and gents, tip for today. Guys, there are some subjects where you know you can read ahead. Biology, social studies, history. You can read your textbook and understand it quite easily. Ladies and gents, read ahead. Read on the chapter before the class comes around. It will make everything 3 times easier. You'll end up having to read it anyways, so read it before rather than after. That's my tip for today. Welcome back to Business School. My name is Lance McFarlane. I'm a teacher, a math teacher at Sophomore Academics, and today we have been looking at the order of operations. I left you with a question. What did you get for your answer? All right, I'm gonna do it now and we'll compare, okay? Now, guys, we have how many operations taking place right here? We have the subtraction, we have power, we have multiplication, we have addition, and we have the brackets, parentheses, right? This power is actually indices or exponents, all right? Same thing. So we have a number of operations, but we need to know which one to do first. So let's go through. Real quickly, you got your answer. Let me see if I can get mine. So it's gonna be, okay, so 4 plus 1 is what we'll have to do first, right, ladies and gents, because we have the parentheses, it's the brackets. We'll have to do the 4 plus 1 first. The 4 plus 1 gives you 5, all right? And then we have the power, because guys, remember, so brackets, parentheses at top. Afterwards is index, exponent, or power. All right, so we'll have to do that, which is 9. We'll have that 9 right there, ladies and gents. We'll have multiplication. So this is where we're at, all right? Now, you can remove the brackets because there's no need for it. It's not saying that, oh, there's something going on in there. So what are we left with? 20 minus 9 times 5. Guys, which one takes higher precedence? The multiplication. So we do the multiplication first. 9 fives, 45, ladies and gents. So you have the 45 right here. So we'll have 20 minus 45, which gives you what? It gives you negative 25. Ladies and gents, and look here. Moving into number 8. Oh, by the way, I hope you got your negative 25. Look at number 8, ladies and gents, fractions. I really just put this on the board to show you that, look, we always have to keep in mind the order of operations. So even if we're doing fractions, which is not the topic today, all right, but let me see if we can quickly run through this, all right. We know we're just gonna go 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1, that gives you 11 over 5, minus 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2, right, which is 5 over 3. And then you're gonna divide by 4 over 7. Guys, we have to work out what's in the bracket first, even with fractions. So we know that, okay, division is big and it takes higher precedence than subtraction, but the brackets is the ultimate. So you have to work out the brackets first. You know you're gonna find your lowest common number that both can go into. We have 15. 5 into 15 3 times 11, 33, minus 3 into 15 5 times 5 is 25, and we have divided by 4 over 7. Okay, so we have 33 minus 25. That is what, ladies and gents? 8 over 15 divided by 4 over 7. So you work out the brackets. You simplify what's in the bracket divided by 4 over 7. We know you turn the division sign to multiplication at this point. So now is when we're actually going to start focusing on the division. All right? 8 over 15 divided by 4 over 7, which is the same as 8 over 15 times, and then you reciprocate and you get 7 over 4. 7 over 4. And you know where to go from here, ladies and gents. You cancel down and you finish up. 4 into 4, 1. 4 into 8 goes 2 times. 2 times 7 is, you get 14 over 5 times 1 is 15. So, ladies and gents, what I'm saying, even when you're working brackets, even when you're doing algebra, algebra is when you have the letters and all those things. All right, you always need to maintain the order in which you operate. So again, just to summarize, we worked out the brackets. All right, work out the bracket, and then you look at the division. And even though today's topic is not fractions, I'd like to just segue a little bit. All right. Mixed numbers, right? 2 and 1 over 5. By the way, you did know that 2 and 1 over 5 is the same thing as 2 plus 1 over 5, right? And this is saying minus 1 plus 2 over 3. Actually saying minus all of this, 1 plus 2 over 3. Guys, ladies and gents, we don't want to get too far into it. However, on another topic, on another episode, we shall look further into the fractions, more so with algebraic fractions. Ladies and gents, here we have the order of operations: BIMDAS, PEMDAS, PEDMAS, however you want to pronounce it, ladies and gents. Order of operations, arithmetics, is fundamental. You need to know it. Please do not go wrong with it. Ladies and gents, I am Lance McFarlane here from Sophomore Academics for Business School. Thank you. See you on the next episode.